Hey, how's it going? We're gonna get started here. I'm gonna draw some trees today. Very like weirdly chill about it. I don't know. I keep we've been working on this like Nightcrawler piece and I just want it done, to tell you the truth. Like I'm hitting that point where I'm in the process and I've been thinking about it so long and it's been sitting on the desk so long. What's up, Brad? That like I just want it done, and I don't think it's good. I don't think we're doing a good job, but we're gonna do a done job. That's what we're gonna do. Mm. Having some coffee, decaf, of course. I'm very old. If I have caffeinated coffee, I'll stand up too fast, and all 156 bones in my legs will shatter. I think that's how it works. Mm. Mm. That decaf is good though, but it is hot. Whew. All right. Yeah, I kind of want to finish this. I haven't been doing enough drawing on the side. Drawing on the side of the side. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. Um, I haven't been doing enough. Uh, like I've been trying to do pages, and then I've been coloring pages for work, and then I've also been trying to do this, which is like side drawing to that. Um, and let me tell you about when you try to do three tasks at once that are all time consuming. They don't get done. They do not get done. Oh, and I built the website. I actually just recently figured out what I wanted for print, and then mailed out for them. So those prints should be in the mail to me in the next couple of days. We did a what did we do? A frogman and a mothman. Did 25 prints of each. And we'll see how they do in the store. I hope they do well. So I've been thinking about trees, and there's like I don't know, like a weird shape to trees. And also they move in a weird way. I don't know how to describe this. I'm doing a poor job. But I will say that you should not look to me to draw the best trees. You know who you should look to is Becky Cloonan. Do not look to me for drawing tips in general. Like I am very much figuring this out on my own. It has been a long time since I've been drawing. So, you know, grain of salt is what I'm saying. But trees seem to have kind of these this kind of mark making. Like, does that make sense? Like kind of like not totally straight, but not curved, just like very, very flattened C shapes. Kind of like fingers. Like fingers are like that kind of thing. You've wasted all these years listening to me. Quiet you. You have not. Don't put that on me. I can't be held responsible for that, Brad. You know that. Um, so I'm using this like dirty brush, and we're gonna try to build these trees out. These are like the foreground trees in black, so we're just doing like silhouettes. So these don't have to be crazy detailed or anything. I read a bunch of Becky Cloonan just recently. I read her self-published stuff that was on, I don't know if you guys know this, she has some self-published stuff that's on Comixology. She's got like 3 minis that she made in like 2012, 2013, and 2017, I want to say. And they're good. She's I don't know if you guys know this. She's good. She's real good. Better than most others is what I would say. Big fan. So I'm trying to do these foreground trees, and then we're gonna like push the background back. Not that much, but I do kind of want to see what I'm doing, so we're gonna push it back like that for now. We can make them like mossy too. She's one of the greats of our times for sure. Happy Little Trees, of course. What's up, boys? Yeah, she man, she just, everything she draws just like, it's like simple in a way that is not simple, you know? Like she the way she thinks about art is just so interesting. I was reading some of it today. Okay, this is, I don't know if you guys have this problem. It's like you start reading somebody that you like, right? And you're like, I want to draw like that. And you start reading it enough. This is what happens to me, where I start thinking, oh, what if I can draw like that? I start thinking, you know what? What if I actually do draw like that? What if I just draw like that? And that's how I draw now. And then you're like, well, I can't start drawing, because if I start drawing, it'll ruin this illusion. I'm on this high of like, I'm an accomplished artist now. Does life work that way? I don't think it does, actually. We've kind of swamped these trees up, and I kind of like it. So anyway, I was reading a lot of Becky Cloonan stuff, and I was like, I can do this. I recognize these marks. No one, it works on Reddit. No one will fact check that. Yeah, you're not wrong. I was reading the Becky Cloonan stuff. I was like, look, I know what black lines are. I know what white is. Like, I basically have all the skills to do this, to adjust as well as she can. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I've convinced myself that I'm good to go. Like, why even start doing it? I kind of want to make these trees feel like they're intrusive to these characters. We might scale these guys down. Might like do this kind of thing. Not sure. I'm not quite sure yet. Something like that might look a little better. Trying to get them. I think the middle one is bothering me. I think the reason that the middle one is bothering me is because he's like leaning on this other guy over here, and it's pushing the whole thing. Like, the whole canvas to me feels like it's just kind of like, and I don't want that. So we're gonna try to fix that. I'm gonna put in some gnarled roots in here. I don't know if this is gonna be conveyed in the silhouette because it's got to be a strong silhouette, but maybe we can. Add some like vegetation. Just trying to do some like mark making in here that'll look good. If you guys are into games, Boix, Ilion, and I are gonna play some. What are we playing? Like that Wii party game that's like an RPG. That's. I can't tell if like I volunteered to play with them. Dokapon Kingdom, I think it's, or something like that. Something like that. I don't know the name for sure. I said that with confidence, and Dokapon. Did I say it right? I might have said it right. I said it with confidence, but there was no confidence. It's like a Mario Party RPG, and I have a feeling that while I'm playing it, Shannon is going to, at one point, come over and be like, "You are being so loud." I have a feeling that, dear viewer, that she is going to say that to me at some point in the evening. I don't know if I'm totally into this mark making down here. We're gonna. The back of the box, front and center, the friendship destroying game. Yeah, I don't know if that game is going to be a. So it's like a board game, but it's an RPG as well, and you're like competing with each other. But it's also cooperative. I want to say, kind of. Because you're like all on the same quest, but you're all competing with each other. It's weird. I don't know if it's gonna be a curse or a gift, but we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, so I like these trees that we've put in the foreground. I think these are working pretty well so far. I was thinking about if we are going to add any gray to the tree in the foreground. So here's my problem. If we add gray to the tree in the foreground, then it doesn't pull forward as much. It's going to be less dark. So we want to be sure to leave, like say we use this dark gray that's back here, right? On these trees in the foreground. Like say we start like kind of getting in here like this, and like getting in with the moss and stuff, and, you know, like doing this. Now these trees are starting to fold in on each other, and I just don't know if I want that yet. I could end up wanting that. I also feel like, man, I feel like these trees are like scared to touch each other. We're gonna make them touch. Don't tell. This is Twitch After Dark. It's probably fine. It's Twitch After Dark. We're gonna make them touch. If you need to know why this is very lewd, then just go ask your parents about making them touch. It's fine. Tell them I sent you. If they need any follow up, just be sure to hit up twitch.tv/theboiks. Yeah. All right, we've made them touch. They're now touching. The reason that I wanted to do that was because it felt like they were, I don't know, like separate and not part of the same forest. You like the layering? Yeah, darker in front, lighter in the back, give distance. Yeah. So yeah, we're getting some good depth that way. Let's fix this standing guy. I just want to know where we're gonna put him. What if we make him stand and he's like kind of in the trees? Okay. We're just gonna start working on a new layer here. What if he stands and he's like, yeah, he's like kind of in the trees? Maybe you like don't even realize that he's like this tall, you know? Like kind of like an oh shit moment kind of thing. Their legs aren't very long though, so we gotta keep their legs tiny. Man, they're such weird shapes. Hold on, I gotta look up. Just put everything on the line layer. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, we gotta look up what these things look like again. I think there's an element. Oh, that's real helpful. I think there's an element to them that I'm not. It's like it's not clicking with me. Maybe it's the way they're taking steps. Like, look at this shirt. The shirt reads as Fresno Nightcrawlers, and I think it's because their steps are so weird. I'm not sure yet. I wasn't going to tackle these guys. We're just going to do trees all day, but oh my gosh, look at this one. Speaking of lewd. Look at this sticker somebody made. Look at that Fresno Nightcrawler. That's stupid. It's real good. The angle they walk is weird. Yeah. That lewd Nightcrawler. You weren't ready for that one, were you, boys? Yeah, I think they kind of have to be in motion because these guys, I feel like these guys are not as successful as reading as Nightcrawlers. So maybe they're not standing. They got like a weird, like lean and walk kind of thing. Oh my god, they don't make any sense to me. I think maybe this is why. Oh, maybe that. Well, maybe we're into something. Oh, maybe we're into something. Maybe we're onto something. Like this, maybe? And then like this guy is like pitched forward a little. Feels like they're interacting a little bit more. Kind of thing. And then we can put the leg like way up. Like he's like really throwing his leg up in like a weird way. Uh yeah. The other thing is that the hip meets at like where you would expect its neck to be. Yeah. Right, right. It's like the leg goes, it's almost like it's like head and then like hips and then it's like leg, leg, foot kind of thing. It's so weird. Just like a head and hips, but not really, but kind of. Cause like here's the crotch, but it's like the hips are all the way up here. Maybe the whole thing is hips. He's all hips. I don't know. Like wearing a big old pair of jeans, like where your arms would be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, we can actually make this dude like really lean forward now that I'm thinking about it. Like, what if he's like leaning forward like this? Oh man. Oh man. Well, are we on to something? Maybe. Maybe I just needed to loosen up a little. That's man, all of art is just like, hey buddy, are you loose? Are you loose? You gotta get loose. This is, I don't know if this is reading as a Nightcrawler, but it's reading as emotionally disturbing for me. Like deep down in my heart, I don't like to look at it, which I think is a success. I maybe. That reads more like a Fresno Nightcrawler to you. Awesome. It's like a weird like they like lean around like this. Like they're it's it's almost like almost like maybe they're a person in a homemade inflatable suit. Almost. It'd be comparable to that if it wasn't a real creature. Almost, yeah, almost like that. I wonder if we can like obscure him a little bit more. I don't know. We're gonna have to toy with that. Then maybe make this guy like lean around a little bit too. Man, maybe he's leaning backwards. Is that possible? Does he have a little butt? A little butt back here? This is starting to feel absurdly weird, and I like it. I think not that I'm trying to Liefeld you guys, but I think the more that I obscure the feet, the better, because they got weird feet. Where are the? I feel like this guy's like foot needs to be moving forward. I'm on the wrong layer. We made fun of it and then it happened. Okay, all right, phew. Okay. It's like MC Hammer Pants, but sentient. Yeah, exactly. Kind of want to like lean this dude back like this. Not sure exactly what we're gonna be doing with him. And like plant one foot down. Plant like something like that kind of thing. Oh my god, this is absurd. And like balloon it out a little, I guess. Maybe. I don't know if there's any swamps in Fresno, but that's what that's what it looks like is happening. Um, let's... I don't know that we need to do that much to the trees behind here. Like, I think we can kind of just gesture them in. I don't know that we need a whole lot. Because the trees should feel like a... like they almost blend the Nightcrawlers into the trees. But not. Not totally. The Nightcrawler should feel weird, but it should feel like they're, I don't know, mimicking like what the trees are doing. Background trees aren't really the focus. Yeah. Hey, Diatro, what's up, man? You've been having quite the successful Inker Jam this month. Congratulations on that. I think the thing that helped was clear line art. I don't want to like push the focus off of these trees. So in order to do that, I'm taking this like very, very gray, like mid-gray. It doesn't make any sense to you, but that's cool. Yeah. It's weird how some stuff hits and some stuff doesn't. I always felt like Rico was really good at picking line art that resonates with people. He usually plays on nostalgia a little more than we do over at the Colorist Jam. Like he'll pick a very nostalgic piece. Which I think plays well with people. Old school master stuff, yeah. I told him, I was like, you should call it a Colorist Jam Classic, like Coke Classic, but I guess he's more of a Pepsi guy. I don't know. Colorist Jam 2. Turner Classic Movies Colorist Jam. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, we need Crystal Colorist Jam. That's what we need. All right, let's... Man, are we getting close? I didn't think that we'd get nearly this close. This guy's still weirding me out. And not in a good way. I don't know. This one right here is feeling weird. We could always just cut him entirely. Maybe we can push him into the background a little more. We can't erase him. You know what? I'm committing to all of this. That all of this that we've done already. I'm just gonna flatten it. Yeah, over at Colorist Jam, we like to we're trying to like get interviews with people and highlight under appreciated colorists, also women and minorities within comics if we can. Obviously, we can't do that every month, but we're going to try to do it as often as we can. And we that's not really doable when you're like, hey, we're going to work on this Mike Mignola thing. It's like, I can't ring Mike Mignola. Well, I have Mike Mignola's phone number from a thing we worked on, but like, if I call him, he's going to be like, Nick who? And I'm going to be like, Pilardi, Nick Pilardi. He's gonna be like, "You'll never work in this town again." And I'm like, "You know what, old man? No, I don't know. No." you, you know what? It's a lot of big inspiration on other stuff. Page holds up for a really long time. Yeah. Uh, Dude, you just gotta jump in. I felt like I was not ready to do this piece. Man, something about this piece, like I haven't felt ready to do it. Like I kept feeling like the forest didn't work, and I kept being like, I don't know, like we're gonna push this guy way back here. We're gonna just copy this dude. He's already there. He's already jamming. I was thinking about giving your colors jam a shot though, or your inker jam this month or soon, hopefully. Hopefully, my comic will be the comic that I'm making will be starting to hit the boards soon. And when that happens, we're gonna do an inker jam for sure. Interviews, ideas, yeah. We wanted to like I wanted to start interviewing more often anyway, like with people, and just folding it into the colorist jam just seemed like a really good idea. It just kind of seemed like a no-brainer, and so I asked the people who were organizing it, like, I was not originally running the account for the colorist jam for the Twitter account. I'm not on the Instagram account. And so I was like, "Hey, do y'all want to do this?" And they were like, "Yes, please take it over, please," because they're all like, "We're all overworked. We have no idea. This is a lot of work." And then I don't know that we necessarily thought it through. So if you could please help, that'd be great. I was like, "Okay." Turns out everything is a lot of work. I say that, I'm like, yeah, and then I helped out, and like I'm framing it that way, but in reality, I still have to I still have to record an intro. I have to scan pages for Schoonover's thing interview. Like, I'm like, yeah, and then I did it, but like in reality, I still have a lot of work to do. And we are getting close to the 15th, which is when I wanted to run it. I wanted to run it before the 15th so that it wouldn't interfere with the next colorist jam person. So it turns out, yeah, like everybody else, I am also very busy. Man, I'm starting to like these weird spindly bastards. Okay, so here's the thing about these guys, right? Right? They need eyes. Once you guys want to hear a story that I always think of when I hear the word eyes? Yeah, totally teamwork at the end of the day, for sure. Yeah, Marissa and Triona really help out with the jam, and couldn't do it without them for sure. My sister was a really, really rough driver for a long time, just not a good driver. And then she moved to New York at one point, and after not driving for a long time, she got worse as a driver. And this one time she was driving, and she went down a one-way street in Boston the wrong way, and there were other cars coming, and my friend Brian in the car went, "Oh my God, this is a one-way street, Liz, this is a one-way street," as you would. And my sister went, "Come on, Brian, I have eyes." And every time I think about eyes, think about, "Come on, Brian, I have eyes." So I was thinking about like putting like human eyes on them. This is so weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. You too. It's very easy to do, to go down a one-way street in Boston the wrong way. The city is extremely confusing to drive through. I don't know if the human eyes is a good idea, but I do want to kind of like add a texture to them almost. Like they have a weird glow about them too. This kind of stuff. I want to give them a grain like the trees. The fact that my sister was so like nonchalant about like, yeah, of course we're going down a one-way street the wrong way. I have eyes. I can tell that. Like, you don't need to panic. Needed to take more care with this kind of stuff that we're doing in here. So I hit a point where I just stopped getting in the car with my sister driving, where I just flat out refused. I was like, no. I was like, if we're going anywhere, I will drive. I don't care if it's your car. I will drive your car to our destination. She's also, coincidentally, you know, I'm throwing her under the bus here a lot with driving and stuff, but she is also, I'd be remiss to say, to leave out the fact that out of my brother, me, and her, she is the only one to not get in a car accident. So, you know, maybe she's driving poorly, but in the right places. I don't know. Kind of wanted to put just like a little bit of, maybe even that's like too high. Maybe like a 50% opacity. I just want to put like a little like fog or something around him. Ooh, we could actually do like literal fog. Let's try it. part of the reason why I like working in black and white is because it's like you're either pushing or pulling kind of thing. You don't have to worry about how the color is going to interact. You're just like, oh, I want to put fog down. You're just like, here's a bunch of fog. I like the fog idea, but I think we're going to work around the rock here. I think maybe it can do a lot to push this back just a little bit. And this is just a Kyle Webster brush. Like, I'm not using anything fancy here. Were we gonna fog out this area? I can't even remember. The original thing had like shafts of light coming down. I don't know if we're gonna do that. I think this is a much more interesting, engaging composition than doing the shafts of light, because like everybody does that. Everybody does that. So let's not do that. So if we're gonna pop this guy out, we need to like push the background back a little bit, but not as dark as a friend once did a 180 in the middle of the highway because he missed an entry and was scared of the big cities. Oh my God. You mean like he like turned around? That's bonkers. The I once started taking an exit, realized it wasn't an exit that I wanted, and then cut the wheel, was going faster than I should have, faster than the speed limit on the highway, and hit some sand, spun the car out and just ran it into the Jersey barrier in the middle of the concrete barrier. It was very scary. I don't recommend it. I was also, at the time, I was working 2 jobs, one in the day, one at night, and like I was just out of it all the time. It was real like sleep deprivation kind of thing. But it was very scary. Thankfully, it was really late at night because it was after my second job, and there were no cars on the road, so it was all good. Yeah, switch the cars. Did one of those dumb drift moves? You mean those great drift moves? I think that's what you mean, right? Pretty sure I heard you right the first time. Those great drift moves. I've been anybody who has been following me on Twitter or in my Discord. By the way, follow me on Discord. Pop into the Discord. We hang out and we talk comics all the time. You know, I think I'm speaking of talking comics. This is like a tangent on a tangent, but I think that my next stream is like, I was thinking about taking all of the Commandi, Jack Kirby double page spreads and ranking them. And I was thinking about doing that on stream, like kind of figuring out which ones I liked and which ones I didn't. Yeah, I want to make this guy, because like I've never done anything like that where I've like ranked something before, and it would be neat to get your guys' input too. And I want to show off like that stuff because Jack Kirby's really underrated, and we gotta get the word out that he's making comics. Not a lot of people know about him. Now I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're like, Jack Kirby, huh? And then you're typing into Google CIRB. No, it's K, like the Nintendo character, the extremely more famous Nintendo character. Never heard of him? The Nintendo character? I think Jack's most famous creation that you might have heard of is maybe the Forever People. Some young new hotshot Jack Kirby. Yeah. You've heard of the Forever People, right? Yeah. But yeah, I kind of want to like rank them because they're all good except for one, which we'll talk about. One, okay, they're all good except for two off the top of my head. Two of them, three are pushing it out of 29. Three are pushing it with me. Now, I'm not going to say that Jack Kirby's got to, pack up his brushes and go home, but like, everybody gets an off day. That's what I'm saying. Of Nintendo Kirby with Jack Kirby powers. It's amazing. Yeah, I bet. Man, when did Jack Kirby pass away? Did he live long enough to see Nintendo make a character named Kirby? I wonder what that day was like. He probably didn't give a fuck. He's just smoking a cigarette or a cigar. He's an old man. He's like, whatever. My favorite, everybody knows the quote, "Comics will break your heart, kid," from Jack, and I think that I see a lot of younger people quote that, and I'm like, oh, you don't know. Like, whenever I see younger people quote "Comics will break your heart," I'm like, okay, but like, it really will, and please, like, this isn't something to be taken lightly or bandied about. I don't know. I'm not going to trivialize what somebody else has gone through, but man, comics will break your heart. Oh, the guy behind Sky Masters of the Space Force. Right, Jack Kirby. My favorite Jack Kirby thing is he was meeting with the name just flew out of my head. The guy who made Space Ghost. He's also a master. But he is like very, very minimal, very different. He died 2 years after the Kirby creation. Good, he got to see it. Alex Toth, yes. But Alex Toth is like very, very minimal in his art. Like he draws what is necessary and like that's it kind of thing. And there's this meeting that between Jack Kirby and Alex Toth that happened where they like went over their process. And if Kirby's process is like, I created a shorthand that I'm just going to hammer into everything and we're going to be as bombastic and as loud as possible. And Alex Toth is like, hey, why don't we slow down? Why don't we think about basic shapes? Very like Chris Samnee-esque kind of thing. Like Chris Samnee's definitely in that school. And so the piece that I had read, and I don't know if there's any truth to this or not. Like I'm saying it as fact, but you know, I haven't. Who am I? Just a guy on the internet. So basically, I'm probably right. If I say it with enough authority and put it on YouTube, then it's right. So Alex Toth was like, Jack showed me how he worked, and I didn't understand any of it. And then I showed him how I work, and at the end he said, I don't understand any of this, which is pretty fantastic. I feel like that is indicative of two different people making the same thing at a master level who just got there for two different reasons, two different ways. It's awesome and a bit weird. Yeah. I think it's just because, you know, the way they think about making art is just different. Sometimes I see other people talk about color and I'm like, oh, that's not what you do. Like you don't do it that way. Do it this way. The way I've been doing it for years, you know, like it doesn't, I don't know, the way that some people color just like doesn't make, I'm like, how can this be fast? How can you hit a deadline? You know, like, what are you doing? I created a weird divot in this guy that I kind of like. It's like a little, like goes in a little bit. This photo with Paul McCartney where he's giving an original Paul McCartney. He looks totally pissed. Like, what am I doing here? Jack Kirby does or Paul McCartney does? Because it could go either way. I could see Jack being like, what am I doing here? And I could see Paul also being like, what am I doing? Jack, yeah, Paul's totally excited. Yeah, okay. Because, you know, Paul grew up in the 60s reading Jack Kirby comics. He's probably like totally stoked. Jack is like not into it, I guess. Hey, you know what's weird? These Fresno Nightcrawlers. They are very, very strange. Is this working? Yes. The more that I'm working on this, the more I'm like, this is so weird. Why is this not white? Do I not have white selected? I do. What's going on with this brush? Here it is. I gave him too much of a defined leg. I need to make it like more ambiguous. So strange. These Nightcrawlers. MC Hammer Pants, yeah, exactly. Tight at the ankle, huge otherwise. We could even technically lose him in the mist a little bit to hide our mistakes. Would an artist ever do that? Hide a mistake or something that they didn't want to draw? Would an artist ever do that? I don't think so. That's never happened. Pouches. There we go. Now we're talking. Just one big belt of pouches. We're just going to be like pouch, 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 bandolier of pouches. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this character design? It might be. It might be. Is this white? This is not white. There we go. Oh, hello. This looks too Mickey Mouse. I don't like the eye at all. Maybe like that. Maybe. Let's real quick just erase it a little bit so it's not poking him in the eye. uh, I gotta pick a new cryptid after this one. When they overlap in the video, you can't really tell. Like, they kind of blend into each other, right? They must. I'm looking at that picture that's also over here. We can probably suggest a break, but like not actually break it. This is very strange. So one of the things that I think about when I'm doing like subtle work like this in here is that I wonder if this is going to print. Like all this work I'm doing with what is apparently a what is this 17% color. Like I wonder if that's even going to like really show up on anything. Like when it hits paper, is it gonna be noticeable or not? Also, we kind of pointed this dude's head out. We don't necessarily have to. We can kind of round it. Now he looks sad. Now he looks alert. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe we need eyebrows. We probably need eyebrows. Can we even... Ooh, what if we added like cheekbones? Like just a little. It kind of made it look like a little bit like a lump. But just a like suggestion, although it should be moved up. We goofed it. Never mind. We're drawing behind the trees and that's screwing me up. I mean, they don't have to be angry though. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe just... the lower part of his brain. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like a smile, doesn't it? maybe we'll move that. I don't know. I kind of like it like that. We're gonna add some texture and tweak some levels here in a minute. This is actually should be kind of smooth. We're gonna pull it like this, and then we're gonna frump him in his little tummy. Frump him like this. We all get a little frump, a little bit. Little tummy frump when you bend forward. Man, I sometimes I'm like we should definitely be playing music on this stream, but not everybody likes the same music, and I want to make it as accessible as possible. But I would, if I was working by myself without you guys here, I would definitely be playing something. I thought about maybe playing a podcast like while we work, but I don't know if that's a good idea either. That's not really conducive to conversation. Oh, you tested Dokapon and works well. Cool. Yeah, I remember playing it on my Wii when it came out. I bought it originally because I was like excited about playing it. And I remember it not being a difficult, like I remember there were some games when I would like homebrew them that they would be tough to run, and I remember that game was not. I bought it and I ripped it to my machine, and it didn't require anything special. It ran just fine. So yeah, I can imagine like trying to get it to run on your computer is probably pretty easy. Open source playlist, yeah, I do, but you know, I don't know. I also don't want to like. I want to give people the option of like, if they want to listen to their own music or whatever, like while I'm streaming. It's fine. So we kind of went ham on the wrinkles on these guys, And I want to wrinkle this guy up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because he's in the background, so we don't gotta go totally crazy. Although I am currently going totally crazy. I abandoned my coffee, and that was a mistake. I think his eyes were a huge success, and then this guy's eyes are just not. They're like, they look like cartoony bullshit. Maybe just like fade them back a little bit. Just like that. Oh yeah, you a lot of people put this song in the queue. Yeah, I've seen that before. I don't know, man. This is the thing with that is that I feel like that turns into a thing in and of itself, and it can get like people put like troll songs in there, you know, like they're trying to get a rise out of the streamer or whatever, and then like not that I don't trust you guys, I do trust you, but yeah, I feel like I don't know, that kind of stuff can lead to yeah, it only works if you vet the songs and trolls. Yeah, that kind of stuff I feel like can lead to just like a weird stream environment. And I don't want to do that. I want to be as inclusive as possible. And I think so. Like I think we're kind of stuck just like silently meditating on our work, which is fine. All right. I think we're mostly done. The rock looks a little rough. However, I think that I need some sort of like photo ref. It sounds insane. I need photo ref for the rock. Or I just need to like think about it better. I don't know. Open it. Oh my god, this happened the last time. Can we just how do I just oh my god. I gotta click that. Yeah, I gotta click that. Photoshop changed that on me. I used to just be able to double click it and it would just do it. We're just adding a little tooth. Adding a little toothy texture to the whole thing. This is a texture that I made with some brushes in Photoshop. We're going to overlay it. Trying to figure out exactly how much texture to put down. Looks like that's like kind of a sweet spot. We're gonna also, let's hit the levels just a little bit. We can, I wonder, what if we My neighbor's dog is stoked about life. So like I just dimmed the thing 27% here, and I kind of want to see if we can make them glow a little bit. I'm not sure if this is working necessarily. We're hitting the point where it's like, is it done? Is it not done? Is it done? I kind of like that. Kinda. Maybe. We need to like kind of work the trees a little bit too. I think maybe this one needs to go. Like something like this. All right. I think that we've hit a point where I can't tell if we're done or not. We've hit that point where our eyes have betrayed us. I don't know if we're done or not. I've lost all objectivity. So for the stream, we're going to call it done. However, I personally reserve the right to go in there later and make changes. What's going to happen is I'm going to take this, I'm going to sit on it for like, gosh, I don't know, a few weeks. And then I'm going to come back with fresh eyes and be like, okay, what needs to get changed? Yeah, very George Lucas of me. Looking forward to the pouches. I'm going to be like, oh, the pouches, they were right. Boyks was right. The pouches the whole time. So with that in mind, I think these we're gonna call these Nightcrawlers done. I was really excited to finish this. I really wanted to finish it today. I still feel like it is. I'm like looking at Nightcrawlers on the other monitor, and I'm like, is it done? Because they're so weird, and I feel like I took a strong step into weird, but I don't know if we're done being weird. I can't tell. I literally can't tell. And I think the reason that I can't tell is because I've lost my objectivity. I need to take a step back, think about it. This tree limb looks weird. Oh my God. All right. We can't. Am I going to have an emotional crisis at the end of every piece of art? Is that going to happen every time? I can't, it's no way to live. That's the only thing. Let's save it. We're calling it done. Next stream, we're gonna hold on. We'll give you a little preview. Give me 2 seconds here. Yeah, it's my ugly mug. That's the preview. Hold on. I got him here somewhere. Is this it? This is it. All right. Here are the Commandi double page spreads, and we're gonna sort them. You guys want to see the worst one? Here it is, issue 9. You ready? I guarantee you're not ready. Whatever you're envisioning, I guarantee you're not ready. This is the worst double page spread in maybe comics. Just like, I don't know, man. Jack was just trying something. It didn't work, but it's okay. It's okay. We're giving him a pass on this one. It didn't work, Jack. You can tell though, like he was experimenting through Commandi. We'll talk. We'll save it. We'll talk about it when we stream next. Well, I'm hopefully going to do that later this week because this is something that I don't need to focus on too much. Like when we're making something, I have to really focus. But when it's like we're just talking about comics, like I don't have to focus that hard. Like I'll talk about comics all day. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, as always, on Sundays we play some games. I played on the GameCube. What was it called? Ribbit King, which is a frolf game, which is golf, but like you whack a little thing and a frog goes. Not as good as regular golf, it turns out. Like it's a little too random for me, but was kind of fun and charming. Had a Guitar Man style. If you're into that kind of like Japanese anime kawaii kind of stuff, you should check out the VOD for that. The audio's not really synced up right because I was switching games after games, and I guess my capture card just, yeah, my capture card. But on YouTube, it's going to be, audio is going to sync up with the game. Audio with me is going to be a little not synced, but that's okay. I can upload them to Tier Maker if I want to easily sort them. Here's the thing. I don't think I want to sort them in tiers. I want to sort them like 1 to 29. Like, I don't want to be like S tier, B tier, you know, like I want to do 1 to 29, best to worst, you know? And then I want to post them on Twitter in a 29 long thread. My goal is to lose followers, basically. That's what I'm telling you. I'm trying to push people out. All right. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time when we talk Commandi. Keep making comics.